Hello, Dana here, Dana Michelle Healing. Today I want to share a little bit about my meditation practice, which is part of my daily routine that I use when I'm working up to communicating with spirit through tarot and oracle cards. The first thing I do, obviously, is call in my angels, guides, and ancestors, and that just lets them know that I'm welcoming them into my life for the day. After that, I use affirmations, and that kind of just sets the tone for my day. Following that, I do my yoga practice, and then I meditate. And this is actually the space that I meditate in. I like to lay with my back on the ground and my feet and legs elevated on the side of my bed. And this is because I want my spine to be straight when I'm meditating, but also because I do a lot of work with crystals and with Reiki while I'm meditating. This is my amethyst and this is my selenite. I use these two every day, but I also bring in other crystals depending on what chakras I'm working on or how I'm using my Reiki practice in that day. There is a lot that I can say about meditation, but I do want to keep this video a little bit briefer than the last one, so I'm probably going to come back and address meditation at a different time also, but just for right now, the main things that I want to get out there is that meditation is not about silencing the mind, but it is about learning to hold space for yourself. And when you learn to hold space for yourself, in turn, you learn to hold space for other people. When we realize how our mind is constantly going and going and going, then that kind of makes you think about how other people are operating on a daily basis. And it makes you see them with more grace and more mindfulness, and it makes you less reactive in situations when you come from that place of awareness and that place of understanding where we're all like have this kind of chaos monkey mind. If you've ever tried to sit in meditation and just silence your mind, you'll realize that sometimes that can be an extremely hard endeavor. So I've gone through a lot of different phases in my meditation journey. When I first began meditating, I had to start by using a mantra, and that's because I really couldn't sit there. I thought that I needed to quiet the thoughts, and sometimes I just didn't want to hear whatever I was thinking about. I just wanted to teach myself to focus on something different. So I started by using mantras, and it would just be a word that I would repeat to myself. So I set a timer. I always set timers. I set timers to this day when I meditate. But when I began, I would set a timer for 5 minutes, and I would just repeat a word like love, 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 harmony, 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 peace, 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 peace. And I would just repeat it and repeat it and repeat it until I just felt like I didn't need to be saying it anymore, and then I would just sit there and wait for my timer to go off. There have been times when I worked with meditation by listening to binaural beats. I did that for probably about 10 years of my meditation journey, which is around 15 years right now. I'm not sure the exact math, but so binaural beats have been a big part of it. Currently, I am just meditating in complete silence, and that's really working for me. I still set an alarm, and because I like to give myself the proper amount of time to meditate. I like to make sure that I'm dedicating that space to myself, because meditation has brought so much into my life. Like the few things that I mentioned earlier, it's holding space for yourself, it's creating awareness on how thoughts can really take over our lives, but it also has taught me a lot about tuning in and listening to the guidance that I'm receiving from Spirit. So these days when I go into my meditation practice, that's really what I'm focusing on and I'm listening for. I am working to deepen and to strengthen that communication with Spirit. And I feel like a lot of different people come into meditation for a lot of different reasons, but they all lead to the same outcome, which is to just bring that feeling of presence, helping you hold space for yourself, and just an awareness. I think that that's all that I'm going to share for right now, and I just want to thank you so much for listening and for watching this video. As I said before, and I'm probably going to say almost every single time, doing this YouTube series is part of my own throat chakra healing. It's something that I have been called and asked to do by my angels, guides, and ancestors. There is a big block in my ancestral line in the throat chakra, so this is just my part in healing it, and I thank you so much to anyone who listens to this and who is part of that journey for me. Have a great day. Bye-bye.